Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 3, Splash. And I would give this episode a grade of B, to be honest, because we got to meet a new couple this episode. David and Sheila finally got to meet in person. And I think Misha and Nikola are adorable AF. So let's set 900 seconds on the timer and let's jump right in. Okay, so we start off with Misha and Nikola. So she is heading to Israel to meet her man. She is so excited, and so is he. He reminds me of a grown up little boy, honestly. Yes, I know he's a 46-year-old virgin, but you have to remember he is a devout with a capital D, okay? Devout Catholic. Does not believe in sex before marriage, okay? So he is like a little boy in a grown up man's body, and he is at the airport ready to pick up his woman. And when she comes through those doors, his face, he just lit up like a Christmas tree. Okay. So he said that he is going to give her little passionate kisses when he sees her. And when she sees him, she lays one on him. Okay. She lays it on him. And they are just so happy to see each other. And he says that she met his expectations and more. He met her expectations and more. They are so happy. They get to the car, and he's like, "You brought half of America with you in luggage." Okay. And he's like trying to shove everything in the car. And he even makes, a joke about the 5 loaves of bread and fishes and all that stuff, shoving it in the car. Then they say a Hail Mary and an Our Father to pray that they get to Nazareth, safely. And they drive off to Nazareth. They get to the hotel that they will be staying. And of course, they will be staying in the same room, but separate beds. Guys, this is so freaking adorable. Check this out, okay? They're staying in this room, and it's like 2 twin beds. He's like a grown up little kid. He's glowing like a Christmas tree, like looking at her, like she is so beautiful. But this room has like twin beds. They're going to sleep separately. Okay. So she's like, I'm going to unpack. I'm going to get comfortable. 30 minutes later, okay, it looks like the room has fucking exploded. Her shit is everywhere. She has like hair hanging, purses, pants, shirts, 10 billion pairs of shoes everywhere. Everywhere, guys. Everywhere. And she's like Celine Dion. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of Darcy, but I mean, it was hysterical. And she's like, this is only part one. So you better get used to this. I mean, I have a whole nother suitcase I need to unpack. I'm going to be here for 2 weeks. This is all the necessities. What are you talking about? And he's just like, just trying to soak it all in. Nicola, if this is your woman and you say God sent her to you, well, God sent her to you with all her stuff. So accept her and her stuff. So she's Celine Dion / Darcy when 10,000 pairs of shoes. And if she did have her annulment, he would marry her right here and now, because he's in love with her. She is God sent. And she's like, let's just, slow it down a little bit. I'm here for us to get to know each other in person. And, let's just see how things are. So they go to bed. They say a prayer holding hands. And hey, I have high hopes for them. I really, really do. So let's see what happens. And let's move on to a couple that I do not have high hopes for, because I think she is going to eat him alive. Jasmine and Gino. So, Gino and Gino Jr. woke up in a better mood. Okay, let's just put it this way. They both woke up in a better mood. So, as Jasmine so eloquently tells us, Gino Jr. was poking her in the back. So she got the meat that she has been craving. Vegetarian Jasmine finally got her meat. It was poking her in the back when she woke up in the morning. But of course, Gino didn't complete the task, as Jasmine has to so eloquently tell us in such detail, because this is the season where Gino's sexual problems will be dragged out for 10 episodes. Okay. So we hear about how Gino Jr. was happy in the morning, didn't complete his task. Then Gino has gifts. Gino gives her a new travel pack. I mean, she wore out the last one she had, so it only makes sense to give her a new one to replace it. Then he gives her the one pack of hair from the season premiere. Remember when he was sitting there at the beauty salon and he was like, wow, one pack costs $350? Well, he actually brought her the one pack of hair. So Jasmine so eloquently reminds Gino that she is not going to stop being Jasmine when she moves to Michigan. And it's expensive to be Jasmine. The hair costs $3,500. Eyelashes, nails, facials. I mean, everything. It's expensive to be Jasmine, Gino. So don't think that Jasmine is going to stop being Jasmine when she moves to Michigan. So yeah, this is great that we're having this conversation now, Gino. Fantastic. Because you need to know how expensive it is to be Jasmine. Okay? So this hair, $3,500, Gino. It's not cheap to be Jasmine. So don't expect her to stop being Jasmine when she moves to Michigan. Okay, so anyway, they go out in public, which was kind of a strategic move on Gino's part. And he tries to bring up the prenup again. Tries is the key word here, because Jasmine flips the fuck out. Okay? Doesn't want to fucking hear it. And basically storms out of the place. Okay? And she's like disappointed. She says she's disappointed because that he needs conditions on her love. She's mad, sad, and disappointed that he needs conditions on her love. And it's because her ex-husband hid all the money. This is where all of this is coming from, according to Jasmine, because her ex-husband hid all the money, and she feels like it's a what is it? Different character, but same story. Okay. So she was so pissed off that night. They didn't sleep in the same room. So the next morning, Gino tries to have a normal conversation with her. So Gino's like, listen, I have a proposal for you. And he had wrote it out on a piece of paper and everything. Okay. And it was actually titled His Protection for Jasmine. Okay. Protection for Jasmine. That's what, this document that he wrote out was titled. You can't even have a conversation with her because she just automatically starts flipping the fuck out. And she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. If there is a fucking prenup, I am not going to marry you. Do not bother explaining any fucking thing. I mean, and she is doing, I'm not going to scream at the decibel that she was screaming, but she was screaming at a pretty high decibel at the top of her fucking lungs that if Gino even thought, mentioned, breathed the word prenup in her direction, she was not marrying him. I thought marriage was about love and not money. But she's not having it. And Gino even wrote out this whole document that if he is the one to initiate divorce, she will receive like the most money that she can get. And if she initiated divorce because he cheated, she will still get the most money he can get. The only way she wouldn't get any money if she initiates divorce for basically no reason, which to me seems fair. But no, Jasmine is not having it. She is screeching at the top of her lungs. She takes the paper, rips it up into 1,000 pieces. Gino's like, well, I took a screenshot of it anyway. I don't know what that accomplished, but hey, he's like, I took a screenshot of it anyway. And now he's like, she's like, get out of my house. It's her house, but he pays the rent. I don't know how that works. So she's throwing him out of her house that he pays the rent for. Somebody drops me a please drop me a comment on how that works. I don't get it. And she starts throwing her ex back in his face. Jasmine, if your ex is so great, why aren't you with him? Just saying. And to me, it just seems like all she really cares about is his money, because he is willing to compromise about this prenup. He wrote out a whole document and titled it Protection for Jasmine. And she ripped it up into 1,000 pieces. I don't know. Anyway, she says all she wants is love from Gino. No, all she wants is love and money from Gino. Moving on, I've had enough of this. David and Sheila. David is finally on the last leg of his journey to the Philippines. And Sheila is nervous. She is so nervous. Butterflies are in her stomach. She's at the airport. She is so nervous. She had a scene with her son before she went to the airport. She was packing her bag because she's going to stay in a hotel with him for a few days so they could have some privacy and intimacy. You know, she's really big on the intimacy, which I find adorable. Okay. So gonna have some privacy before she takes him back, you know, to her house and whatever. So, she's waiting for him at the airport. And when they finally meet, oh my goodness, guys, I was crying. Okay. They are adorable. I'm going to repeat this again. David better not be an asswipe. And Sheila better not break his heart. These two better work out. And I can't. They are just too fucking cute. They're going straight to the hotel. They need to get intimate, okay? On both their parts, they need to get intimate. David says Sheila meets his expectations beyond his dreams. David is glowing. You are blinded by his glow. You are blinded by Sheila's glow, and the two of them go off to the hotel. So now we are introduced to a new couple. We have Christian, who is 30. He is from Minnesota. And Cleo, who is from England. And I miss how old Cleo was. I'll get back to you on that, guys. So, Christian, he's the life of the party. When we are introduced to him, he is actually getting dressed to go to a Halloween party as a 70s newsman. Okay, so he's like, you know, life of the party, always dancing, you know, drinking out of the keg. He has been married once before, got married to a friend during the pandemic, but it didn't last for long. And he has been talking to Cleo for about a year. And he feels a really deep connection with her, even though Cleo is extremely different from any other person that he has dated before in the past. He met her on social media. Now, Cleo is autistic. She lives in England. And when we see her, she is trying to make her way through central London to meet her friend Osama. Not Debbie's Osama, another Osama. She's trying to meet her friend Osama at a cafe so she could shoot her first scene. And this is where we see the fourth wall being broken down. But I'm going to get to that in a bit. Okay. So Cleo is walking through central London. And you know something? She is gorgeous. And Cleo is also trans. So we have a trans autistic woman on the show. And this is very interesting. So Cleo basically explains how her autism affects her with loud sounds and stimuli, basically, and how in crowds and noisy environments that she can't process, her thoughts and her feelings, and she feels uncomfortable in certain social situations. And she remembers as a child that she used to actually write down conversations and try to um and look in the mirror and try to act them out so she could be more socially acceptable, and failing at it miserably and such. So her and Christian have this relationship. Christian is an extreme extrovert and she is an extreme introvert. Okay. She is totally into astrology, which is where we get to how she breaks down the fourth wall. So Cleo is walking through central London. She is overwhelmed by the noises, the crowd. So she puts on her headphones to block out the sound, and she takes out her sunflower lantern, which apparently signifies that she has a disability. She gets to her location to meet her friend Osama, and she, tells him, I need to take a moment. I'm really overwhelmed. Osama's like, sure, no problem. And they try to start to have a conversation, and you could tell that she's really off. She's uncomfortable. And she turns to the crew who's sitting off camera, and she asked them about their signs. So I think one was a Libra, the other one was an Aquarius, and I don't remember what the third one was. So she explains that when you're autistic, sometimes having a passion and focusing on that passion helps you. So her passion is astrology. So knowing what the producers' signs are helps her, feel more comfortable because she likes things, her environment and her situations to be predictable. So knowing the producers' signs helps her. So they were discussing Christian's sign, and he's a Gemini. And Osama says, being with Geminis, it's a roller coaster, the emotional up and downs, the mood swings. And Cleo's like, yeah, I know. So Cleo says that when she first saw Christian on social media, her first reaction was, oh boy, this is going to be my next big mistake. And she laughs. She says that, Christian is very funny. He's out there. He's a real extrovert. She really has feelings for him, but she's just kind of worried because her autism has kind of been a burden in her past relationships, because it, like, her partners may have wanted to go out to do things and she hasn't. So she's kind of felt like a burden in her past relationships, and with Christian being such an extrovert, she worries about that. Then there was a scene where she was going out with her friend to shop, and then she was talking to her friend about another insecurity she has about meeting Christian in person and him coming to England to spend 2 weeks with her because they haven't seen each other in person and he's only seen her over video. And there's certain things about her physically that she, isn't comfortable with. Her hairline, her her excuse me, Adam's apple. She hasn't had top surgery yet. She hasn't fully transformed on the bottom yet. She's doing all of these things to her body and she's still in transformation. So her and Christian has had conversations about her body, but Christian has not seen her in person. So the Adam's apple, the hairline, her top, all these things Christian still has to see in person. And hey, she doesn't know what his reaction's going to be. And these are her insecurities, and she's discussing them with her friends. And these are all valid insecurities. And we don't know what his reaction's going to be because he's only seen her on video. So this is going to be very interesting, and I am very looking forward to it. And I think Cleo is very interesting, well-spoken, and hey, let's see what this couple brings. Now, moving on, we have Razvan and Amanda. Amanda is annoying the shit out of me. Okay, Razvan, he starts off with making her pancakes because he is the ultimate pancake maker in all of Romania. Okay, he dribbles chocolate all over himself on TikTok and makes those pancakes. So he tries to make Amanda a pancake and she's like, I don't think this is exactly cooked. He feeds her a little bit of pancake, tries to be romantic. She looks like she doesn't even want to be near him. Why did you leave your children who are still grieving their daddy to go to Romania? And you look like you don't even want to be near the guy, Amanda. What is wrong with you? Okay, so she's annoyed with him because she feels like that he's just like rushing to tell her kids what's going on. I mean, Amanda, you're taking this trip all the way to Romania. I mean, come on. So Razvan's like, I'm just trying to be patient with her. I understand, everything, with her husband and her children, and I'm just trying to be patient. So he takes her to the organic supermarket. And this is where she really started annoying the fuck out of me. Because first of all, she doesn't eat anything, and he's trying to really make an effort. Amanda, you are not in the States. You are in Romania. He takes you to the organic supermarket in Romania and you're still complaining. Okay? So she couldn't find anything in the organic supermarket. She doesn't eat shellfish. She doesn't eat tuna. She doesn't eat packaged food. She doesn't eat this. She doesn't eat that. It's like, okay. So the poor guy is like trying to, help her, get her some food to eat. And she can't find anything in the organic supermarket in Romania. Then he takes her to a park to like show her, there's parks that we could take the kids here in Romania if you ever, consider want to live here in Romania with the kids. Here's a beautiful park. There's birds. You're in nature. Come on. And she's like, oh my God, there's so many birds. What? It just kind of reminds me of vampire bats. Vampire bats? Are you kidding me? You're complaining that there's birds in a park? Girl, at this point, I feel like she's just looking for things to complain about, and she is annoying me. Okay? So now he's going to shoot a music video. Okay? And he asks her, Amanda, do you want to be in the video with me? I'm going to kiss a woman in the video. And she's like, no, wait. Amanda, do you want to be in the music video with me? She's like, no, I'm not an actress. Okay, Amanda, I'm going to have to cast another woman in this video with me, and I'm going to kiss her in the video. No, no. And she throws a fit. But wait a second. He just offered for you to be in a video with him, and you just said no. You just acknowledged that you're not an actress. Okay, so now why are you getting mad that he has to hire an actress to be in a video with him and he's going to kiss her? You just acknowledged that you're not an actress. If it bothers you so much, do the fucking video with him. So his producer calls him and he's like, hi, you know, say hi to Amanda. And Amanda's usual, like, you know. And he holds a conversation with his producer in Romanian. And of course, she's like pissed off because she's like, oh, I know they were talking about me. I heard my name. Of course they're talking about you. So she asked Razvan, you know, what were you guys talking about? And he's like, the video. And she's like, well, I don't want you kissing another girl in the video. And Razvan's like, you know, this is starting to remind me of my ex-wife. This is why my marriage didn't work out, because she wasn't supportive of my career. Yeah. Razvan, red flag, red flag, red flag. I mean, just saying. Deja vu all over again. Okay. Last couple of the night. Riley and Violet. You know, these two are Hot Mess Express. Okay. Riley's finally in Vietnam. He's finally on the last leg of his journey. And it turns out that he and Violet have a bet. Okay? Violet shows up to the airport with flowers for him, which I thought was a great touch. Great touch, Violet, okay? So she shows up to the airport with flowers, and their bet is whoever touches the other first loses the bet, and the other one has control over that. Okay? What the actual fuck? That's all I have to say. So Riley, you know, comes to the gate, and Violet's there, and the two of them are like this, trying not to touch each other, like trying not to. And then Riley finally like hugged her. It was like dumbest thing. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So Violet's like, you lost. I'm your boss now. I'm your boss forever. You lost. Okay, so he's in awe of her. She's in awe of him. He loves her ass. Okay. And, you know, they're like in awe of each other. So the reunion in the airport was cute. They get to the hotel, and it's not appropriate to sleep in a room with a man that you're not married to. But Riley made sure to get 2 keys to the room. Okay. Because if Violet comes knocking one night, he's going to make sure that he opens the door for her. Okay. So they get ready to go out to dinner so they can celebrate her birthday. So this is where Riley presents her with the lovely pearl set. Pearl earrings, pearl necklace, and pearl bracelet. Okay. And someone wrote a comment, I don't remember if it was on Instagram or Twitter, that they were probably from Kmart, and I cracked up. But it was the thought that counts. Okay. So I don't even know if Kmart is still open, but anyway. Okay. So he presents her with the lovely pearl set, and she's not impressed at all. Like, she looks like Jasmine when Gino handed Jasmine the fucking travel bag. I mean, she was just like, what the hell? Okay, so she's not a fan of pearls. Let's not talk about my past tonight. Let's not talk about anything in the past, okay? It's your first night here. Riley, you need to rest. She must have said that to him 100 times. You need to rest, Riley. When Riley gave her the pearls, she didn't even kiss him. She patted him. She gave him the double pat on the cheek. Okay, like, what the fuck? And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you flew 2 days, Riley. I understand you flew 2 days. Okay, and you just got here tonight. So tomorrow I have a meeting and a bunch of things to do. So maybe tomorrow night we'll have dinner. Okay. So you go back and rest, go back to your room and rest. And maybe tomorrow night we'll have dinner. What the actual, I don't know. So that's where we leave Riley and Violet. So maybe he should have hired that private eye. Just saying. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please hit that like button. And please share my video with a friend or 10. Thank you so much and see you next week. Bye.